All right, guys. William Wallace here from SPY Options Traders. I know it's the next morning, but I had a busy afternoon yesterday, but wanted to get this daily recap out for yesterday's trading. Yesterday we had a pretty interesting day. Um, SPY came in and when actually let's back out to the daily chart. SPY came in and we were kind of looking at the daily chart for some support after this dead cross and this candle here. We were looking for it to come down and see some support at the middle Bollinger Band here. And so I wasn't really looking for as big of a drop as we got yesterday, but I was looking for a drop and looking for some support to consolidate so we can move back up. But we're kind of near the top of this channel that I've been talking about for some time. So, it's the top of the channel move. Well, at 10 o'clock, we got consumer confidence released, and it was a lot worse than expected. Expected 134.1, and we got 125.1. It was the worst report in 8 weeks. So we got that was this drop right here at 10 a.m. We got this big candle and a bounce. So we entered a put right here at 10 a.m., 10:04 actually. So right there on that candle's whenever we entered our put, and it went down. Now, what happened after that was Miss Pelosi actually announcing impeachment hearings. So the market just continued to tank all day long, and that was I think right about here on this candle. So where we were thinking about exiting, afterwards had a really good play actually just on that move alone. We were thinking about exiting, but the market just kept going down. And you can see even on the 15-minute chart here, once that closed, and we were also looking at resistance on the hourly at the 10 MA, the 20 MA, and it never overcame it. So we had a little bit of settlement around 298.85, and I was kind of thinking, all right, this might be that was right here. This might be the bottom. So we drew some lines to kind of see trend lines to kind of see what would happen, and it never broke. It just kept going down. Now, whenever it got down here to the 297.30 line, this was also the S2 pivot point on the daily. It made a little bit of a triangle consolidation here, and so we were watching that, and it broke to the top of it, but didn't sustain, and it came right back down. And it just kept going down all day. I mean, it's one of those where somebody just took the handle on the toilet and just flushed, and it just went down, down, down all day. It broke some pretty major resistance points, support points on the chart, as well as staying well outside the lower Bollinger Band all day. And you see on this candle right here, we were talking about where the triangle consolidation was. It never really, on the 15-minute chart, never really broke back up either over the 5 MA or even getting halfway up closing halfway up that candle on the prior big red 15-minute candle. So because it wasn't even able to get halfway up, I mean, that's a pretty good sign that that's just consolidating, getting back inside of this Bollinger Band just to move right back down, and it did. Pretty amazing move, not one we see very often. 296, as you can see, is purple on my chart. It's a key pivot point on the chart. It's usually where SPY gets a good bounce from, and so whenever it just broke right through that, I mean, you may as well just call it quits on that. There's no point in playing anything besides puts at that point. Now there was some Trump tweeted some things in response to Pelosi, and so that's why we got this little spike. And then it just came right back down. So it was very interesting. Only one way to play. We played SPY, and we also played some Microsoft puts. Microsoft was kind of looking like, well, we can go back to this one. Of course, it follows SPY pretty closely, but Microsoft there about, let's see, we played it at 10:22. So we played it right in here. And it was just kind of looking the same, I mean, as far as that goes, the whole market really was going down. But about 10:22 on this candle, it was kind of changing directions and it was breaking down. And we sort of just, once I saw this, and then it broke to a lower low there, bounced up and didn't maintain that. We got into a put. It was a little bit early. It started to flag right here, did a little bear flag, went sideways. Because I saw the flag, I just held and we kept it and just kept going down. It really, I almost forgot. I was paying so much attention to SPY, I almost forgot about my Microsoft put, but that was not a bad thing because Microsoft as well just kept going down and down and down. You can see it looks just like SPY here on the chart pretty much. You could play pretty much any put in the market yesterday and would have worked. It's kind of a crazy day, not something we see very often, so we don't expect it to happen again today. But if it does, we'll play it the same way. So obviously with news and things like that, we've got some technical things going on. We've got the 20 MA on the daily. It did not finally support that. So you can see where we normally see this on SPY. We're probably in for another big red day. The market is going to try to pull it back up. And if we look at ES on the futures, we've got some support here at 29.70. So it's going to try to maintain that 29.70 line. But if and when that fails, then we'll see some pretty big down move. You can see we've got plenty of room to move down. So this is kind of dangerous in that way. The one thing we will be watching that's key is 293.94 because really anything below 294.25, but 293.94 especially, that's our key line that broke into this box consolidation that we had. So anything inside of this box is dangerous, really. But 293.94 is the major line, and it should bounce off of that. It should come back up off of that area. Whether it stays over that is a completely different story, and so we'll be keeping our eye on that. So we should have some good trades today. Look forward to trading with everybody. It's William Wallace from SpyOptionsTraders.com.